Hello, my name is Gwen Semenuk and I'm running for MSU President. I'm currently a junior right now here at MSU, and I'm majoring in agricultural education and animal science. And since I've come to MSU, I've really been able to have great affinity for all of the experiential learning opportunities that land-grant institutions like Montana State can offer our students. Together, Levi and I have combined over 3 years of ASMSU experience, so we know how the organization works. I'm currently serving as the Honors College representative. Other leadership positions I have held, I was previously a state officer for Montana FFA, where I lobbied to both Montana legislature and to U.S. congressmen for educational funding. Levi and I are really looking forward to be able to hit the ground running if elected and be able to have some tangible, realistic goals implemented serving the next year.
Hi everyone, my name is Levi Berkey. I'm Gwen's running mate. I'm originally from Kalispell, Montana. I'm actually a fourth generation Montanan, but a first generation college student. Happy to come to MSU and pursue my studies. I'm studying secondary education, concentrating in social studies. I'm currently a junior. Like Gwen said, I'm running for the position of ASMSU Vice President. One of the greatest assets we bring to these positions is that we have served in the organization for 3 years. So I hope that you look at these candidates and you expect more. You vote leadership, you vote experience, you vote Gwen and Levi as your next ASMSU President and Vice President. Thank you.
My name is Kira Morrissey, and I'm running to be your ASMSU Vice President. Unfortunately, John Miller, my running mate, is unable to be here today. He's had the stomach flu for 3 days. So I'm going to do my best to give you guys a little update about his activities at MSU. So he is a junior honors student studying business management and economics here. He's been very involved. He was an orientation leader, he's been an ASMSU senator, and he's currently serving as an ambassador for the Student Alumni Association. And I actually bring a fresh perspective to ASMSU. I have not been a senator, but I've been very involved in our school. I am currently becoming an advocate for the Boys Center, and I am very involved in my sorority, Alpha Omicron Pi. I'm currently the Alumni Relations Chair. I've served on the Academics Committee and the Not in Our House Task Force. And so I can bring a really diverse experience with management positions and managing different committees and stuff like that to this position. And we really want to help students with the student advising. We want to reform that program and really just create an open dialogue between the students and our administration, so that we can make sure that our school is changing in ways that you want to see it changed.
All right, so just one more quick rundown on how this debate's going to operate. Each team will have 2 minutes to answer the questions that we're going to be giving them, and then the opposing team will have a 1-minute rebuttal. And then finally, 30 seconds to close from the first team that answered the primary question. So with that, we'll get this debate started. Candidate Berkey, if you could add any new ASMSU program, what would it be, and how would it benefit the students?
So one of the platform items that me and Gwen are running on is creating a renter's literacy program to help students transition from that on-campus dorm life to the off-campus housing market.
I think that's great that you guys are working on that program. Housing affordability is one of our platforms as well. I mean, it's a key problem in our Bozeman community with being able to find housing, number one, and making sure it's affordable. We also really think it'd be great to increase communication and outreach between ASMSU and the residence halls, and so we'd like to create a program to do so.
What great things is ASMSU doing, and how can you strengthen them?
This is a great question, but it's also very broad. So I want to focus on a few key points. One of them is a streamline. ASMSU provides a streamlined bus service, and we really want to work on making that even more sustainable. And so publicizing the times and everything, and encouraging students through incentives to utilize the bus service. We also really want to work on the PR aspect of ASMSU so that the programs are being utilized by an even greater population of the students. With the MSU Leadership Institute and the state legislation program.
I've been a part of the organization for the past 2 years, so I've been a part of those great things that ASMSU is doing. And Gwen's been here this past year, and we've actually put our name to a lot of things that we can accomplish. One of which I wrote the resolution for our state lobbyists to go to Helena and lobby for a tuition freeze on your in-state tuition.
And with that, we'll move into the rapid fire questions. We'll begin the first one with Candidate Berkey. Candidate Berkey, please give an example of your leadership style.
Sure. So something that me and Gwen have worked really closely on is how we're going to define our leadership style. And we want it to be an open door policy where students can come to us and voice their concerns, because we are here to represent your students, and our leadership style will be one where we voice those concerns to Senate, to the administration, to faculty, and that will be a cohesive voice and a strong voice. So please remember that when you do cast your vote, that Gwen and I have that experience, and we do have the assets to make sure that your voice is heard when we go to university administration.
Candidate Morrissey, what skills have you gained through other involvement that will benefit ASMSU?
As I said before, I've been really involved in managing different committees, and that is a key part of the vice president position. And so just really learning to really create like open dialogue. I mean, I know everyone says that, but it's so key. If you don't have that communication, then things will not function appropriately. But then also needing to utilize your authority to rein people in, because when you're working with a lot of people, like the 21-person Senate.
All right, that's going to be time. Candidate Berkey, if elected, your stipend is $10,000. Are you worth it?
That's a good question. So I think anyone that is willing to put in the time and the effort that this position deserves is worth that paycheck. Gwen and I promise you, this is a promise, that we will work hard and diligently to make sure that these things, that we're actually seeing viable results that students can see, whether that's expanding the late night services so students aren't driving home drunk, or increasing campus entertainment so students see a better show. I think those are viable results that you'll see when you vote Gwen and Levi.
What experience do you have with responsible fiscal management?
I have worked with implementing different programs and planning events where I had to work with a budget, and that actually first started here at MSU when I served on the Blue and Gold Ball Committee and working with that budget to plan a very large-scale event. MSU does work with a very large budget, and so John and I want to make sure that our budget is utilized and implemented in ways that the students want to see it used, and creating programs for them, and spending that money where they want to see it spent as well.
All right, with that, we're going to move into our closing statements, and we're going to be with candidate Morrissey. You have 2 minutes.
John and I are so thankful for this opportunity. We just want to start with that. It's been an amazing experience campaigning and really getting to know more of the students here at MSU. And we really want to be able to implement our goals. And you know, student advising might seem intangible to some, but it's not. We are already putting things in place to help reform the system and really hearing the concerns of the students on the subject and communicating those to the people who can really make these changes. And we really want to help in making sure that our campus is sustainable. As our campus is growing and expanding, we want to make sure that it is expanding in ways that our students want to see it change, so that it maintains the integrity that brought our students here in the first place.
I would just like to thank you all for your time and coming out. I hope you all get to vote today. I know that you guys heard a lot of us talking about our experience with ASMSU, but here's how we can actually have some realistic goals with our ASMSU experience. Voting for Gwen and Levi, you are only one vote away from parking solutions. You're one vote away from getting a traditional dead week. One vote away from expanding the streamlined services. One vote away from Renters Literacy Program, and one vote away from better parking security and a live Bobcat mascot. We're talking about our experience and how we can, and we've been talking that up a lot, but we are not only going to talk the talk, we're going to walk the walk. In my opinion, we haven't earned this position just because we're elected. We have to earn it every day until the end of our term, and that is our promise to you, is we're going to earn it every day.
We already increased in our primary elections. It went up to 7.9%, which is it was 6.9% last year. So we're pretty excited just that there was an increase in general.
So I think the debate was a really good turnout. Of course, the candidates were great at answering all the questions that we threw at them. There's a lot of people that came over here as well to get cake and to vote. So I think overall, really good turnout.
I think we got some really great live interaction with the students, especially this is the first year that we've tried live tweeting. So students were able to get their opinions and their questions answered immediately, which I think was really great.